Nice to meet you, McDonald's. My name is Nagi Seishiro. Alright, sir, your total will be 1362. Alright, team, let's all give a warm welcome to our newest team member, Nagi Seishiro. Hey, what's up? What's good? So Nagi, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Alright, well, once I hit a super goal in the Neo Egoist League. That's great, Loba. Now clock in and get to work. And that's the story of how I hit a super goal in the Neo Egoist League. For the last time, just put the fries in the bag already, donkey. Man, working sure is a hassle. Welcome to McDonald's, how can I help you? Oh, hey Shido, it's you. Who are you again? I'm Nagi, you know the guy who hit a super goal against Isagi in the Neo Egoist League? Yeah, sorry, little bro, I don't know you. Yo, but can you hurry up with my food already?
Babe, calm down. It's about to be ready.
You're right, baby. I just can't wait to eat this juicy, tasty burger. It tastes almost as juicy as you.
Stop, not in front of the worker.
Yo, man, where's my food out already? Sorry, here you go. Man, this is such a drag. I miss Rayo. How did it even come to this? The trapping god, Nagi Seishiro, once revered as an unbeatable genius who couldn't be stopped. No matter what you did, his goals were inevitable. To nowadays being so useless in matches to the point where not only is he basically invisible, he didn't just not make the starting lineup in the U20 World Cup, he didn't even make it to the next round of Blue Lock. Now, how is such a fall off even possible? So, in today's video, we will go through and analyze the complete history of Nagi Seishiro and his ego to see what happened and what went wrong. Make sure to hit that like and sub button for more block and anime content. Check the Discord link in the description below to talk to your fellow anime fans. With that said, let's hop into the video. Prodigies never come into being on their own. They only take shape when someone discovers them for the first time. This is the story of the prodigy known as Seishiro Nagi. We first meet Nagi as a turbo lazy monkey who has zero motivation to do anything, although after witnessing Nagi's raw abilities firsthand, Rayo decides to take him under his wing. Rayo's new dream is to win the World Cup with Nagi. Nagi is turbo lazy and has absolutely no motivation to play soccer. Eventually though, Rayo drags Nagi onto the field where their team has to verse an insanely strong powerhouse high school team that literally always makes nationals. Think of them as like an Ushijiwa level team from Haikyuu that he's versing off the rip with zero soccer experience. Hell, I don't even know if Nagi has even any running experience, much less soccer. First play of the game, the ball goes to Nagi and he hits a scorpion trap into a roulette volley. Imagine picking up a volleyball for your first ever time and being able to no-diff Ushijiwa. Genuinely insane. Honori, my beautiful wife, just happened to be watching the game and tells Ego to invite these two to block. They walk into block and on reread, this scene is fucking hilarious. But Rayo, what if this went better than me? Shouldn't you team up with them instead? Ha, shut up. I'm not that cruel. Ego gives his Giga speech and once again Nagi just does not care and he wants to go home. Being the best out of 300 sounds tough, and anyway, I don't have that kind of motivation. If you're not the world's greatest egoist, you can never be the world's best striker. Imagine you're at the last match in the World Cup. The score is 0-0 and you're in overtime. It's a 1-on-1 showdown with the goalkeeper. There's a teammate 6 meters to your right. If you pass, you can almost certainly get a point, but you gamble your nation's hopes and assurance of victory to shoot without hesitation. Only those sort of crazy egoists may enter here. After Ego's Giga Turbo speech, everyone runs in without wasting a single second. Well, almost everyone. It was easy for me to imagine scoring the winning goal at the World Cup. Nah, it's impossible for you. You don't even understand your own ego. I have no interest in self-conscious types who want to go through life without ever getting hurt. Go all the way in comfort. Fuck off. Alright? Bro, I can't with Nagi. He's so funny. Literally gets called a turbo shit on. Ego thought maybe some reverse psychology would get to Nagi, but he literally did not care and just wanted to go home. Unfortunately for Nagi, his boyfriend drags him into block against his own will. We eventually got the first real scene of Nagi's ego burning, and it was versus Baro's team. Baro is basically calling Nagi a mindless slave who is boring for only being able to score passes from Rayo. Becoming the best striker in the world means standing alone at the top until you die. If you're gonna bend the knee to someone, then you may as well be dead. Something Baro said lit a fire underneath Nagi, and even though his team was up by so much, for the first time ever, he had something to prove. He literally takes off like a bullet straight towards Baro. Rayo realizes what he wants and gives him a high-speed ground pass. He gets right in Baro's face, catching it with the back of his heel. He deliberately went for the heel tap just to show me up. Still think I'm boring? Baro tries fouling him, but at this point, he's inevitable. Well, getting beaten by a servant. Off with your head, king. My glorious king just absolutely shat on Baro. This is honestly one of my favorite moments in the episode Nagi manga. It's just so peak. And then we obviously know what happens in the other games. Nagi and Reo go on to basically eviscerate every single team until they reach our glorious demon monarch, Yoichi Isagi. The score is 3-3, and Reo is skittering out, thinking that for the first time ever, he's actually gonna have to face defeat. After seeing his boyfriend's face, something within Nagi ignites, and for the first time ever, he's gonna put in some real effort. He makes a tear through the field and absolutely diddles all of Team Z with an insane near 90-degree jumping spin shot. Team Z scores again, and for the first time ever, Nagi is in an intense game where the possibility of losing is actually a real thing. Soccer is setting me ablaze. I'm changing. I've never seen this side of myself. It feels weird, but it's fun. I want a goal. Ladies and gentlemen, our glorious white-haired genius is now fully fired up. It's the final play of the game, Isagi versus Nagi. Bring it on, Yoichi Isagi. Your soccer, this heat, I'll swallow it whole. And hats off to the artist, because Nagi's death aura is genuinely so sexy and satisfying to look at. But in the end, even with Nagi's new awakening, Isagi the Maharaga of Block is just simply too overwhelming, and for the first time ever, Nagi tastes defeat. In that moment, I definitely saw it, a shining light, and the moment when a person was reborn. I know this video is about Nagi, but my glorious goat Isagi once again prevails. And as the final game whistle is blown, Nagi's heat starts fading. This feverishly hot time is ending. I might have been able to be reborn too, but the reason that got me so heated, my goal, this heat, all of it was stolen by Yoichi Isagi, and you can just tell this is the moment where Nagi became hooked on soccer and the heat that it creates. That glimmer in his eye, he thinks it was Isagi who awakened in those final moments, but the truth is, it was actually both of them. We cut to a scene of them training, and for once, Mr. Everything is a Pain is actually locked in, giving it his hardest. Looking at the glimmer in his eye, there's no doubt this is Nagi's evolution after the last game. After the 100 goal challenge, Nagi approaches Isagi, whom he was entranced by from their final match. He offers Isagi a spot on their 3-man team, but after Isagi declines, he decides to follow his ego, and for the first time ever, split from Reo. Reo, you taught me about soccer. You and I are going to be the best in the world, but we lost. We weren't the strongest. You're fine as you are. That's what you said to me. But for me to learn about this new feeling of frustration, I want to play soccer with Isagi. I want to change. And this is honestly such a peak moment for Nagi's development. After the 2v2 game, we see Naruhara crying, and Nagi says, if I lose someday, will I look like he does? Now, I'm writing the script after seeing chapter 298, so I'm very curious to see if we see this shot referenced in 299. We skip to the 3v3 match with Chigiri, Baru, and Nagi versus these three monkeys. Reggie tries to show them their fortunes and calls Nagi death. It means seizing, separation, and game over. When you look at the one-winged angel at its feet, what do you see? Obviously, it lost one of its wings, and since it can't find its own, at this rate, it'll just die here. This is obviously a metaphor for how Nagi was separated from either Reo or Isagi, and how he can't really fight alone. Nagi angrily takes the phone and is like, I'll show you your fortune, pussy. The fool. It means the dumbass that's gonna get beat up by the one-winged angel. My goat, he's so cold with it, bro. I'm sorry, Nagi. Clearly, I was unfamiliar with your game. The game starts, and off rip, they go down 2-0 with an insanely disrespectful move from Reggie. And let me just say, little bro, you really shouldn't have done that. Baru and Chigiri hard carried to get 4 goals in a row back by overcoming their own weaknesses. The ball goes to Nagi. My weakness is that I'm a prodigy, and therefore ignorant. But I can't fix my soccer ignorance right now. I won't overcome my weakness right now. At a time like this, what would Isagi or Reo do? No matter what, I end up thinking about those two. Maybe that's my real weakness. Isagi and Reo always believed in someone as unpredictable as me when nobody else did. Up until now, somebody was always believing in me, but there's nobody like that with me anymore. So from now on, I'm gonna believe in myself. That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! Your death itself. As my GOAT literally does a fucking bicycle kick over his bum ass to win the game. He's too fucking raw with it, bro. Even without Reo or Isagi, I can fight on my own. Now they have 4 members and are discussing who they should verse next. Everyone's on the same page on just picking some small fry opponent they can farm in order to move on to the next stage. But our glorious egotist King Nagi Seishiro hits him all to cold water. I want an opponent who gets me fired up. If we don't get stronger again, I feel like we're never gonna reach Isagi and Rin. And bro, he's right. They walk into the last match and he says, I have a hunch I've never felt before. In this match, I'll be reborn. The first play starts and Carcer steals the ball. But wait, what's this? Nagi reads the play and steals the ball. He does a fucking crazy kicking motion like it's a shot, but it's actually a trap as he flings it to the other side of his body, catches the ground with his hand, and does a fucking breakdance shot to score the first goal of the game. Generational performance from the white-haired deity. Whoa, just now I anticipated the enemy's movements. For the first one in my life, I feel like I'm playing soccer with my own brain. How did I do it? I don't know, it's always like that. Could it be that I really am just a soccer prodigy? Dude, episode Nagi was on timing with his demonic lines. He's just farming aura this whole side story. The score is 4-4, and Karasu found a way to counter their anti-ego rational playstyle. It's looking bleak, and no one knows what to do now. I'm sick of this method. Let's change it up. If we try to play rationally, we'll never win against Karasu. We can't win by looking at reality, so let's live in a dream. You want to go towards what fires you up, right? You want to be the world's coolest idiot, right? And you want to crush our worst future, right? So let's live in a dream as we say bye-bye. Why is Mr. Pain in the ass all of a sudden David Goggins with his Giga speeches? My God, like I'm telling y'all, season 1 and 2 Nagi was just a different beast. They decide they will wager all in a dream of what they have yet to accomplish this last match. I want to beat Kiora 101. I want to blow past Karasu. I'd like that ninja to eat my dust, and I totally want to crush Himizu. We'll combine them to win and make them all come true at once. The play starts and Nagi absolutely spreads Kiora. Zantetsu blitzes past Otoya. Chigiri blasts past Himizu, and finally, Abara gets past Karasu for the final shot. Unfortunately, last second, Kiora blocks it and they get countered. And when all hope looks lost, our glorious King Chigiri pushes himself to near breaking point to get the ball back into their possession. This is as far as I go. Don't let my leg go to waste. The 4 of us are gonna survive, right? We're gonna beat Isagi, right? It's now a 3v4, so if they don't score here, it's all over. Himizu comes in, slide tackling Zantetsu, but at the last second, he's able to pass. Now it's up to these two monsters to make it happen. The strongest, horriblest prodigy duo. This panel is so raw, bro. Right as Bar is about to shoot, he sees Isagi's phantom. Come to me. Let's fight again. I see. I'm chasing after you, my nemesis. And I can't surpass you with a shot like that. He passes to Nagi, who easily evades Otoya. He's passed all 4. It's open, right? No. The final boss is here. Nagi goes crazy fighting the schizo demons in his head as he's fighting Phantom Isagi. Do you feel him too? This is it. This fire. This pleasure. I have things I could lose. In dreams, I'm putting on the line. So that's why I can get fired up. Right now, the most fired up in the world is me. And with a score of 5-4, Nagi Seishiro has secured his spot to season 2. And look at Gosagi, bro. He's literally still farming aura in this side manga. I actually think Nagi's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a real softie. And that naivete is going to plunge him into despair someday. You know, rereading episode Nagi, there are so many of these small moments that completely predict Nagi's downfall. But with this, we now head into the Neo Egoist League in Season 3. Now, if you guys are wondering why we're skipping Season 2, it's basically because his character didn't really change or develop at all in Season 2. He scored 1 goal and that was it. We cut to the Neo Egoist League, and in Season 3, you have to pick one of the 5 major countries to go to and train in. Nagi's development as a character starts to fall the exact second he joins with Ryo again. Look back at everything I just showed you. Nagi was a demon by himself or with Isagi. Now let's take a look at what happens when Ryo joins the picture again. Cut into the Manshine Bastard game. The ball goes towards Nagi. He uses a body block to catch the ball. He stops it and does a 180-degree turn. This move was so unbelievably cold on first read. Huh? Nagi's dribbling by himself? 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Is he trying to strategize by himself too? This is not the Nagi I know. Time for the debut of the new Nagi Seishiro. For better or for worse. That's right, Seishiro. You don't just receive passes anymore. Show them that shocker starts with you. Things that are a pain are important. And just like that, we have developed this guy from being a fat, smelly bum who played video games all day to realizing trials and tribulations you must overcome are essential to growth. But once Nagi actually thinks of his very own play, he passes high to Agi, who gives a mean header straight back down to him. Nagi traps it in midair and this random NPC tries to block him. Not gonna happen, you frizzy doofus. On reread, like, frizzy doofus. That's really the best insult you could have thought of. There's like a whole cornucopia of slurs and insults you could have chosen, and you chose frizzy doofus. Alright. You can't make the shot if you don't have time to land. Time to land? I don't need that. Bro hits a mid-air juggling shot, but somehow Goat Yakimiya reads it and blocks it. Did you graduate from thinking everything's a pain? Yup. I'm under development. Unfortunately for Manshine, Bastard quickly scores 2 goals back and is about to win the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached Nagi's peak. Chapter 186 is the exact chapter where the downfall commences. Hey Ryo, I want to beat Isagi, but I feel like I can't beat him right now. Soccer was way more fun for me back when I played with you. So what? Please Ryo, help me beat Isagi. I need you, Ryo. And just like that pathetic friend we all have who can't be single and needs to get back with their ex again, Nagi comes crawling back. You're not thinking about my feelings. I kept getting passed over, so I decided to fight on my own. Quit saying stuff that shakes up my determination every time your mood changes. Ever since that day you invited me to play soccer, I've always been with you. We promised we'd win the World Cup together, right? I've just kept making the best choices I could for that goal. You're stronger now, so you and I can beat Isagi unlike last time. Don't you feel excited? Is that your ego? No. It's my dream. And from this moment, his downfall was inevitable. Instead of growing his ego, he decided to follow his id. I already have a full video breaking this down, but basically the id in your brain is the thing that wants instant gratification, unlike the ego, and it's very irrational. And by wanting to beat Isagi right here and now, he was irrational and threw away his progress and ego. I mean, the same is true for Ryo, but this video isn't about him. Nagi went straight towards Isagi, as right now all he can think about is beating him. I mean, we all know the rest from here. He hits a super goal against Isagi to score the game up 2-2. I won. I beat Isagi. And just like that, you can see his motivation, his drive, his ego, all of it just disappear into the wind. Now that we've surpassed you, we're in our next chapter on our way to the top. Okay, I just gotta stop it here. Nagi, Ryo, you guys haven't beaten or surpassed Isagi at all. You scored 1 goal, bro. Like, get a grip. Now that I beat Isagi, what's next for me? In general, when you're hyper-focused on one thing and then finally get it, a lot of the times people feel empty, and this is what's happening with Nagi. His goals and ego just weren't deep enough. Think about the stories of revenge when people say, it's just not worth it. The only thing waiting at the end is emptiness. To be honest, it's hard for me to imagine what the world's best even looks like. In that moment, I was so incredibly happy and it felt like a dream. But I don't think I could be the world's best right away. I don't even understand my own motivation. Literally what Ego said to him bar for bar when they first met. Cut into the PXG game, Ren absolutely spreads Nagi to win the game 3-1. Hey Ren Atoshi, you just keep getting stronger, huh? It's amazing. What is it that's driving you so hard? Huh? You should know. It's so I can surpass Saitoshi and obliterate Isagi. Gotcha. But what about when that's all over? What comes next? Who cares, idiot? Do babies think about death when they're born? After they're born, they have no choice but to live their lives with all they've got, whether whatever comes next is heaven or hell. Yo, I know this is a Nagi video, but rereading this one scene made me realize something. I think Rin is going to have the exact same downfall as Nagi once he eventually does beat Isagi or Sai in some kind of match or game. I think he'll be lost as his ego just isn't deep enough as someone like Isagi and Baro aiming to be the best in the world. Yo, I think I low-key cooked with this theory though. A few chapters later, we once again see Nagi falter as they lose 3-1 against Ubers. We only have one more match left. Let go of Seishiro before you doom you both of you. You're codependent. But for both of you to grow and evolve, if you want to get stronger, then have the courage to let go of what's precious to you. Like I've been saying, get Ryo's monkey ass out of here so Nagi can properly play, man. And once again, Nagi is seeking answers from other players. Hey King, what is it that pushes you ahead like that? Huh? To be the best in the world, obviously. And if that comes true, I'll create my own era of soccer and take down anyone who comes from my throne. What kind of stupid, cowardly question was that? You know, right now, you're not a pain at all. It's like you're not hungry enough. I can't feel a usual pain in the ass fire. To me, it looks like you're just pretending to fight. Go die and come back, you coward. You're just using a fake barred ego. And once again, Bar ate him up and left no crumbs. Like, Nagi, brother, I'm begging you. Look back at your performance in Season 1, Episode Nagi. You were a monster without Ryo. Let go of this fruitcake already. Nagi, if we mess up this next match and drop again, it's possible we could drop below 24th. If we don't get some results in this last match, you and I will. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Ryo, let's change. Ever since I beat Isagi once, I felt kind of weird. It's like that fire won't come back. Or that I felt lost. Circumstances won't wait for us and our rivals keep moving ahead. I figured out that if we don't keep changing, we'll never make it to the top of the world. And with that, our glorious white-haired goat is finally realizing the severity of the situation and is fired up like we haven't seen him be in so long, unfortunately. We cut to the final match of FC Barcha versus Manshine. The score is 1-1, and Nagi gets the ball and tries passing it to Ryo. That Nagi to Ryo passing pattern, I've seen it more than my parents. I won't fall for that move again. The score becomes 2-1 until Chris Prince passes to Ryo, who finally stops being a bum, scoring the goal, making it 2-2. And ladies and gentlemen, the next goal is game. Nagi finally realizes at the near breaking point he needs to be strong on his own. I think I've been too reliant on you. I believe just like a little kid you'd always be there for me. Sorry, Ryo. Now, I'll show you I can get fired up on my own too. You don't need to pass to me anymore. I won't pass to you. And I'll still win without you. But we do better together. No, that way won't work anymore. When you're around, I end up relying on you. But now I know that kind of soccer won't make me into the world's best. Nagi makes his final tear down the field as he's no longer relying on Ryo. I'll become a Nagi who can dream of being the best all on my own. A few players jump in his way as he sees a slight window of opportunity to score by threading the needle. Go! I can do this on my own. And right as he's about to shoot, Monkey Ryo comes flying in, shaking his determination up once again. On my own. On my own. Together. And ladies and gentlemen, this was the panel that truly broke my heart. After all that talk, he still was a bum and relied on Ryo in the last pivotal moments. Batra comes in blocking the shot. Don't think so, Nagi. You've got to do it alone here even if it kills you. You're a failure of an egotist.
Stop! He's already dead.
And with that, it's over. one of the craziest plot twists in anime I've seen in a while. I mean, in hindsight, it was kind of obvious. The whole story was built up to Nagi being able to fight alone and not rely on anyone, but in the crucial moments, he backs down and the cost was his life. Thinking about this scene, two great parallels come to mind. Firstly, in the U20 game, when Isagi appears to Rin's left, just like Ryo and Yellow pass, Rin just ignores him and takes the shot, and Rin's a true egoist. And then going back to the very start of Block, it's literally the same scenario as back then. The whole point of Block is to build a striker who doesn't waver in those final moments. And sadly, Nagi wavered.